shattered to unbreakable. Listen here, sweet sister. Whether you think you have one little crack or you are shattered into a billion pieces, this podcast is going to give you the resources, tools, and skills to help piece yourself back together to form a beautiful, unique, solid, and unbreakable masterpiece. You are listening to Shattered to Unbreakable, the Reclaim podcast. Let's talk. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Shattered to Unbreakable. I am your host, Brandi Babin, and today we continue season 7, which is dedicated to mirror work. And we learned last week about just kind of an introductory to mirror work, which is just looking into your own eyes in the mirror, because even that can be a daunting and very emotional experience. So hopefully you've tried that a little bit and you kind of have an idea as to what that feels like, because the next step is even scarier. Not to make you freaked out, but it is. So what I want you to know about mirror work is it's not an overnight fix. I'm talking, this is years of work in the making, but it's all worth it. So I just want to start by saying, if it doesn't feel right yet, don't give up. Keep going. It doesn't feel right until it feels right, and it just clicks, and you never know when it's coming. So if you feel very weird, it's okay. You're not alone. It is weird. Nobody has taught you to do this. You used to do it when you were a kid, and then you stopped because you probably at some point got made fun of for looking in the mirror too much, right? If anybody looks in the mirror too much and smiles at themselves, the people are like, what is she, vain? Is she conceited? It's like this weird societal norm telling you that, oh, you're not supposed to enjoy your reflection. That's just, so selfish and conceited and vain. No. We're going to do away with all of that. So the next thing I'm going to have you do, and it's going to be uncomfortable, but I want you to get in front of as big a mirror as you can. Full length body is great. If you don't have that, your bathroom mirror where you can at least see the most of you, or above the knee maybe, or you can stand on a stool and look in the bathroom mirror. However, you can see as much as your body as possible. Now, this is the uncomfortable part. If you can, if you're comfortable, if you can muster up the courage, it's best to do this naked. However, it's okay if you want to start in like a cute pair of underwear and a bra, or a cute bathing suit that you like, or something that's showing a little more skin than you're used to if you're not willing to go completely naked. You could work up to this. So the idea behind the end game is when you get out of the shower and you look in the mirror, you're like, I love all of you. I love every single bit of you. That's where we're getting to. But if right now all you can do is stand in your shorts and a sports bra and say, look, we got work to do, then that's where you start. So I want you to, when you're standing in front of this mirror, take 3 deep breaths with your eyes closed, because you're preparing. You're not looking yet. You're closing your eyes. You take 1 big deep breath in, 3 to 4 counts in, hold for 3 to 4 counts, and then exhale for 3 to 4 counts. I'll never forget when I first did the hold part, I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna die. But when you exhale, it feels so good. It's so good for your nervous system. So try that. And then after you take 3 of those big deep breaths, you need a notebook and a pen or a pencil before you start, or some sort of piece of paper, somewhere to write stuff down. Could even be your phone notes. That's fine too. Or your Reclaim Guidebook that you got. It's a perfect spot for it in there. There's actually a whole section specifically for this in there. So if you have a Reclaim Guidebook, grab it and a pen, and let's get started. So what you're going to do first, before you even start anything, is to state your intentions, just like I talked about last week. So you're going to state what you're doing here. What is your end game? And instead of, like I said, instead of all these affirmations that don't make sense or don't feel real, you're just going to state an intention affirmation, which is, I want to love you. I want to be proud of you when I look in the mirror. I want to see accomplishments and goals met, and a healthy woman, and a beautiful, desired, cherished woman that my husband can love and that I can be proud of. That's what I want. That's what I'm striving for. And you're saying that to yourself in the mirror. Okay? So you can also make statements of what you're willing to do. I am willing to do this with you. I am willing to be uncomfortable for you because you're worth it. I am willing to change some of the things I do because you're worth it. So you can say things like that to yourself as well. Okay. And then you're going to write down what you love about what you see physically now. So last time it was just what comes up when you look into your own eyes. Now you're actually going to go through body part by body part, and you're going to write down what you love about what you see. And it doesn't have to be actually like the physical image of it. You can start thinking a little bit deeper. Like, I see a body who carried 4 children. And that skin that's flapping in the front might not be what societal norms call beautiful, but that skin held 4 of my babies. And it's going to shrink every year. But right now it's a reminder that I'm a mom. Or you could look at your hair, and even though maybe you don't love your hair, you could say, I love that I'm taking care of my hair. I love that I'm using extra conditioners and that I've scaled back on hot tools. Or even though, like for me, I'm getting some age spots, I'm not sure I love my freckles, but I can look in the mirror and say, hey, I might not be in love with the texture of my skin or what's showing on the surface, but I'm in love with the way I take care of it. I'm in love with my skincare routine. I'm in love with how soft it feels. So it doesn't have to be actually what it looks like. It could be that you're loving the function of your body, or you're loving your effort that you're putting into your health and your body instead of the looks. All right, so you're going to write down everything you love. And I just want you to twist and turn and look at the back, look at the front, look at the sides, and just write down everything you love. And then as you are writing things down, think of the things you're most proud of. And I just want you to compliment that all day. Every time you go in front of a mirror, you're going to remember these few things that really struck you. It's like, yeah, I love that about myself. And then you're just going to keep saying that in front of the mirror all day long. Every time you pass one, say, hey, I remember. I like your tushy. It's a nice tushy. And you're going to do that all day long, okay? As many times as you can. Okay. And so that's what I want you to do first. If you want to go ahead and tackle the hard stuff too, like the things you don't like about yourself, you can. But I want you to be super gentle about it, because there's, like, in the guidebook, there's this, I call it the dump and bump. So you brain dump everything, and then you're going to bump out what's not working. So if you want to do what you don't love about yourself as well in this exercise, you can. I want you to do the what I love first, and then you can do the what I don't love, what I'd like to improve, what I'd like to change, whatever. But dump everything down that you don't like, and then I want you to go through and cross off things that you cannot change. Like, I always use the example of your nose. If you don't like the shape of your nose, but you don't plan on getting a nose job, time to stop worrying about your nose. You're probably the only one who does, okay? Once you find out what you love about yourself, what's really fun is you can go throughout your day, and when you do those things, you thank yourself again. So if earlier I was like, my skin is really soft. I love that my skin is really soft. And then every time I put moisturizer on it, I can be like, I love that I take care of my skin. I love that I use this moisturizer. I love that I use serums. I love that I keep my face out of the sun with hats and sunscreen and protect my skin from those UV rays. I love that about myself. I love the effort that I'm putting in. Anytime throughout your day where you're doing something in your routine that is contributing to what you love about yourself, give yourself a smile and thank yourself for doing that for yourself. And so all of these positive vibes are going to start building on each other, and you're really going to notice a difference in your day-to-day with mirror work and with just how you think about yourself. So I did a reel the other day where I was going about my house trying to tidy up. And I was just looking around and got overwhelmed and was like, I'm not a good mom or housekeeper. Like, are you serious? This house is constantly cluttered and messy, and I don't have time to clean it. When I do have time, I don't want to clean, I want to rest. Maybe I'm just not good at this. I'm just not good at this. And then I caught myself and I was like, no, that's not it. It's not that I'm not good at it. I'm fine at it. I can clean. I am good at cleaning. I'm good at keeping things tidy. I am good at not having clutter. But I have 4 children who live in my house. This house is not a magazine article. It's a house we live in, we love in, and we have fun in. And so if it's not always immaculate, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything about my character or who I am as a person. It means I let my kids live day to day. And yes, I can ask them to help me clean up more. Yes, I can put things away right away instead of saying, oh, I'll put this away later. Yes, I can slow down and not be in such a rush. So there are little things that I can do that are very simple, but it has nothing to do with how good I am at cleaning, right? So I caught myself. There was no mirror in sight. But that's what's really cool about mirror work is it works even when there's not a mirror. Once your mindset is used to turning things around for the better and changing your vibe and your energy, you don't even need a mirror anymore. So it really is just inner mirror work, reflection work. Grab a Reclaim Guidebook. This is going to walk you through the process so seamlessly, and it's going to help you get on this road to building a habit of positive self-talk and encouraging yourself and loving on yourself. And then finally looking in the mirror and being like, yes, this woman I see, I'm in love with her. So I'm excited. Try this exercise. Stand in front of the mirror as naked as you can possibly go. Write down everything you love about yourself, physical, non-physical, everything. And then if you want to, you can do what you don't like, but you have to finish it with the bump part. You can dump that, but you have to bump too. You have to bump what you can't change or what you're not willing to change. That's important too. And then you can pick a few things you want to improve on. And then you can start making an action plan to improve on that. And I go in a whole lot more depth in the guidebook on how to help you do that exactly, down to 4 habits a day that will create the best year ever. So grab yourself a guidebook, listen to the podcasts for season 7, and let's get this mirror work done so you can look in the mirror and delight in what you see. Stay sparkly, sweet sister. I'll see you next week. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I just wanted to remind you about the resources we have on the reclaimstrategy.com. That is Reclaim University with free downloads. It's the Reclaim Guidebook, access to kintsugi classes and events. So go ahead and take a look. Also, please share this podcast with anybody that you think might need to hear these messages. And if you haven't already and you think we deserve it, give us a 5-star rating. That just helps our reach. So I love you guys. Stay sparkly, and we will see you next week.